Yo guys, what's up? In two previous episodes I talked about the two different German Sturmgewehr production lines, the Sturmgewehr 44 and the 5 types of the Volkssturmgewehr. In today's video I want to showcase and discuss another assault rifle, the M1907 SF, also known as the Winchester Model 1907. It's a blowback operated rifle with a 770 rounds per minute fire rate, produced by the Winchester Repeating Arms Company beginning in 1906 with production ending in 1958. It was fed by a detachable box magazine with 5, 10 or 15 rounds, which was located immediately forward of the trigger guard. The Winchester 1907 is comparable to the M1 in size and handling, but it's heavier and fires a much harder hitting round. It was created in the United States, but not only used by American troops. Also France, the UK and Russia used it in World War I. The man who designed it was Thomas Crossley Johnson, the son of a president of the Yale Safe and Iron Company. While working for Winchester, Johnson was responsible for some of Winchester's most memorable gun designs. Model 1903, 1905, 1911, and models 12, 21, 51, 52, and 54. The World War I orders for the Winchester M1907 were huge. France started with an initial order of 300 rifles in October 1915, soon followed by an additional order of 2,500 rifles. Therefore, ammunition orders exceeded 1.5 million cartridges before 1917. Subsequent orders in 1917 and 1918 totaled 2,200 rifles. According to factory records, these rifles were modified for fully automatic fire and fitted with Lee Navy rifle bayonets, and so they were designated by the name of Winchester Model 1907/17, using a 15 or 20 round mag instead of the standard 5 or 10 round mags. Great Britain only received 120 Model 1907 rifles and 78,000 rounds of ammunition between December 1914 and April 1916. The Russian Empire purchased 500 rifles and 1.5 million rounds through the J.P. Morgan Company in May 1916, so USA made a lot of money from World War I. In the late 1930s, the 1907 model was updated by Winchester with a much thicker stock and fore-end, eliminating the cracking problems common to the earlier models. It also had a redesigned charging handle which made it easier to lock the bolt back. In 1935, Winchester also offered a special police rifle variant featuring a non-adjustable rear sight, sling swivels, larger magazine release, and a special barrel. It became a very popular rifle with law enforcement in the United States during much of its production. Especially in the 1930s, when the police were upgrading their firearms due to the increase in crime, mainly caused by mafia organizations and bootlegging. Also, the FBI acquired some Winchester 1907 rifles in response to the 1933 Kansas City Massacre, the shootout and murder of 4 law enforcement officers and 1 criminal fugitive at the Union Station Railroad Depot in Kansas City in Missouri on the morning of June 17, 1933. It was a part of a plan from a gang led by Vernon Miller to free a federal prisoner named Frank Jelly Nash, who was being returned to the U.S. penitentiary at Leavenworth in Kansas, from which he had escaped 3 years earlier. An iconic story, that is. The last intel about the Winchester Model 1907 is that it was also used by patrol inspectors of the US Border Patrol during the late 1920s into the 1930s, before all the trouble with the mafia began. See you on the next one, guys. Peace.